Kilo Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox, 982 is also here.
Oh, okay. Good evening. I said wrong. I meant Adam. Sorry about Adam. Sorry about that, Adam. Got you and Ron mixed up there for a second. KE6VON, KG6 Charlie Echo Fox, 982. Good evening to you, Daryl. And Ron, K6MYC. How are you doing? You say you got, well, I think it was Adam that said he's back on a different schedule now. Take one, Adam, and give us an update on your schedule.
Yeah, off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturdays now. So, be working Sunday, Monday, Tuesday for the next 2 months.
Okay, so it looks like we'll see you for 2 meters and 432.
Hey, firm. And occasional Sunday nights when I only have my Monday, Tuesday shift.
Yeah, okay. Well, what I'm saying is we'll see you when we'll see you.
That is correct.
All right. And Ron, over to you, K6TYO, K6MYC.
Yeah, good evening, Mike, and everybody else out there. Yeah, just doing that work thing, pretty tired. Went in at 2:30 this morning, got off at 5:30, so I'm beat. So I'll let you get on to some of the other guys out there. Take care. KJ6TYO1009.
Okay, great, Ron. Well, go rest. I got a good night's rest, but I still tended to fall asleep a couple of times today. I fell asleep here just 5 minutes before the net. It was really funny. I sat there and listened, and all of a sudden I woke up and I thought, holy crap, I fell asleep. And Gut Field was on, and it had been on for quite a while. And oh boy, I guess I'm late. And I wasn't, but close. All right, over to you, Daryl. And I guess you're in between things with the doctors and your wife, huh?
That's affirmative. We are, or she is, going for a PET scan day after tomorrow. And that seems to be the next step. We got to go out and have a nice prime rib dinner last night at the casino, courtesy of our oldest friends from Napa. And they came and visited. And that's about it.
Yeah, probably a little bit late, but you could call it a Mother's Day visit, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Even though Tony's never been a mother, but yeah, we had a nice time. We had a real good time. You know, I've known this kid since he was 14 years old. He's like my oldest friend.
Yeah, very good. All righty. So a PET scan coming up in a couple of days, huh?
Yeah, that is supposed to make sure there isn't any other things going on that they haven't seen.
Yeah, well, you might as well get them while you got them, while you got a chance here. All righty. I got a doctor's appointment with Dr. Dan tomorrow, so I'll say hello to Dr. Dan for you.
Oh, I just saw him yesterday, but that's good.
Oh, do you see him as a patient, or are you seeing him just around the area?
Well, I saw him as a patient yesterday. I go every month.
Oh, okay.
I took that microphone. You probably don't remember. I took that microphone that I set up for him back to him too. So we'll see how that works out for him.
Yeah, well, maybe he'll have to go to a radio and talk into it now and then.
It isn't that he doesn't want to.
I know.
K6USY 1079 and Bozo 1100.
There you go. Good evening, Darren. I mean, Aaron? Aaron. I'll get it right. Anyway, how are you doing? You finally feeling better?
Yeah, getting there. I'd say my voice is about 90%, so now I'm just dealing with some residual stuff, but not doing too bad. So I will let you roll on with it. I got to go wash the hair of the two littles who are in the tub. So I'll be listening. K6USY.
Okay, you're playing the beauty salon tonight, huh?
Yeah, that's what happens when you got 3 girls.
Boy, that's a rough way to get your fingernails clean.
Yep. So I'll be back later. K6USY.
No, I have no doubt of that. Don't fall in the tub with them.
AA6S 800.
There's the Meg Band 800. Good evening, Bill.
Yeah, I was on earlier, but nobody was here. I talked to Rob a little while ago. Anyway, I'm here and just listening. Go ahead.
Okay, where's your cohort in crime there? Haven't heard Mike for a week or so here. AJ, WA6AAJ. Is Mike in here?
He should be, but I don't hear him.
I don't hear him either, but anyway, well, I think we'll have a pretty good net tonight. A lot of people said that that was a funny net last night, by the way. By the way, I did work, and you probably didn't stick around to hear it, but a long time ago I gave an antenna because Bill, KO6KD up in Roseville, came up with the idea that we should stream. And of course, Aaron followed through with that, but for his gift of thought, and about that same time he got a 9700, so I gave Bill a 23CM22 easy, but he never got it together or up because he didn't have anybody that could take the time to put it up for him, and he didn't have all the pieces for towers and cable and stuff. Long story short, recently Darren, KJ6KFB up there in West Sacramento, bought a 9700. And I said, well, let's talk to Bill and see if he'll give you his unit, his antenna that he isn't using. And no longer story short again, he did. He got it up. And we heard him a little bit last week, but last night we had a very nice contact, unrealistically, because the band was in terrible shape. I was really stunned that I could hear him, but I had almost a Q5 contact with him for about 3 minutes. With a smashing 6 watts or 5 watts to the antenna at about 25 feet. So we were amazed that we could hear him. But that was a breakthrough for both me and Darren, I should say. So that was something that one of these days you might even hear him. He'll probably keep improving the station, Bill, and maybe one of these days you can hook up with him like you do. He won't ever get a 600 like N6RO does, but he may still get into the 1,500 watt category. I think he's motivated. And eventually we'll come up with a little bit more power there. But I was quite surprised with a single little 23CM22 that he got down here as good as he did with no more than 5 watts in the antenna. AA6S, K6MYC.
Yeah, that's incredible, Mikey. Well, look at when Joe was still with us. I was working with his 10 watts, and he only had, I think, half of an antenna up there on the roof with his 10 watts, so, or whatever he had. But he was at least 10 dB stronger than Ralph, and Ralph has the amplifier, so I guess where he lived was a super good location there. Anyway, that sounds fantastic. Yeah, about 5 or 6 watts into the antenna, and no outboard preamps or anything. That's pretty good. Of course, you're considerably closer to Sacramento than I am. You got me by about 70 miles, I think. Anyway, back to you there, Mikey, AA6S.
Yeah, well, if he got some more power, you'll definitely have a shot at him up there. He's not in a rear grid. He's in Charlie Mike 98, of course, but still, another contact is another contact. So we do have WKR6MR, who does have 100 watts. He's in Meadow Vista up there, a little bit north and east of Sacramento. And he comes in pretty well, but strangely enough, last night Darren was only a a small amount below him. Conditions were very poor. So I'm really pleased. If the conditions are really good some night, Darren will probably come in here very well. Well, that remains to be seen. Anyway.
Working because, man, the signals from me to Ralph last night were sick. I mean, he was down at least 10, 12 dB from what he normally is, so maybe even more. It was right on the ragged edge. So get the sun back up there and some heat. I guess we're getting quite a few solar flares right now too. I was watching that dude on YouTube that shows all the solar flares. There's some big filaments rotating around towards us right now, so something might happen. I don't know what that does to 1296, but the low bands, I know it makes a big difference, especially on the broadcast band. A lot of times I check out the broadcast band just for the heck of it, and in the living room there with my ancient radio, and sometimes, man, the stuff is fantastic. And the other night when the low bands are gone, man, the broadcast was pretty sick too. Anyway, back to you, K6MYC, AA6S, and I'll just listen.
Okay.
KM6SRR 432.
KK6ZKE 704.
Good evening, Rob and Terry. Terry, transmission there. See how you're doing.
Oh, doing good, Mike. Got my smog part in from China, so I'm happy.
What is it?
I had to order a smog part from my old El Camino out of China, so it came in.
Oh, the car part. Okay. Yeah, very good. Very good. Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens with the 90-day moratorium on tariffs with China. I'm surprised. I'm pretty certain a lot of people are going to stock up pretty heavily on China stuff, and hopefully they'll buy a few of our parts. Their economy, I get different stories from different sides of the coin about China, but I understand they've had some pretty big layoffs and they've got some bankruptcies and other things over there. But and on the other hand, you say, oh no, their economy is strong.
Labor problems.
So you never know who to believe.
People striking.
Who?
Labor problems.
Oh, the labor. Yeah, some of the people are striking because they're not getting paid. They're working, but they're not paying them, so they're going to quit working until they start getting paid again. Anyway, a lot of crap going on there. Anyway. Let's see here. We should have Kerry might be in here. Kerry called this afternoon with a very this morning actually, and by the time we got in to listen to it, it was still hot news, but very big news. Trump's doing all kinds of good things over in the Middle East there, with all kinds of things happening. I'm sure you guys are all pretty much up on it there. But he's doing some amazing stuff. All right. Let's see. Kerry or Mark or WA6OIB Matt. Ken. WA6AAJ. Who else do we have down here that's missing in the? Well, we got all the guys up at Corshgold that should be checking in. The two. Dane and Dan haven't checked in yet. Good evening to you, Rob. I didn't say anything to you, but we got you checked in. Take one, Rob. KM6SRR, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike. K6MYC, KM6SRR. Now, you're saying that they're striking over in China? I didn't think they would let them do that.
Well, they just don't go to work. I guess that's it. I guess they were calling it a strike. I'm not sure if they were walking around outside the gate with the signs or anything, but
yeah, they were.
They were?
Yeah.
Apparently they were getting away with it. Over.
Boy, China's really changed. Normally they'd throw them all in the hoosegow for that. Anyway, good evening to Aaron and Brittany and Adam and Daryl and Ron and Terry. KM6SR listening.
and Bill.
Yeah, I talked to Bill earlier, but good evening, Bill.
Yeah, he mentioned it. We haven't heard AAJ in here either. I hope Mike shows up. I hope he's okay. Bill, nothing wrong with Mike. He's not sick, is he?
Nah, he's okay.
Maybe he's just glued to the TV, huh?
Any football games or baseball games on now?
No, I'm talking about politically. It's some pretty exciting stuff going on.
Who knows? I watch that stuff and don't know who to believe, but like Rob said, he's striking China, your head's will be rolling off.
Well, and they got nobody to blame but themselves, so I guess it's the people seem to be getting away with it right at the moment.
Yeah, you remember Tiananmen Square when the machine guns came out and dropped a couple hundred people, and they say we don't strike and we don't have any demonstrations. So that's the way they are in China.
Yeah, they lost their incentive real fast.
That's right. I think the same thing happened in Mexico one time.
Yeah, well, my uncle, who lived in Michigan, and not too far from Detroit, and there was all kinds of things going on in the 30s and the 40s, and I don't want to blame anybody for color, but it was a color-related thing. They were raising hell in the the Detroit police came in with machine guns and just mowed them down, and you know what? They didn't have any riots for quite a while after that.
Yeah, you get a couple Thompsons and pull the trigger on them, and it's going to scare the crap out of you.
Yeah, that's it. Anyway, it's a hard way to learn the lesson, but sometimes it gets your attention anyway. All righty, well, let's see. Anybody else in here? We're going to, we could go over and look for Ron. This is a week, is this Wednesday he's going to be there or not, Bill, over?
I have no idea, but I'll call him.
Oh, I could call him too, but let's see if there's anybody left in the valley that wants to check in first. I haven't heard the boys down south tonight. Where's KG6 USS? Where are you, John? I hear somebody down there, but it's not readable, so we'll give it away for tonight. Good evening, guys. Okay. Anybody in the San Joaquin Valley or within the sound of my voice for checking into the 2-meter Bozo Net, K6MYC? Okay, nothing heard. Let's go to Catastrophic Zero.
W6QUI, 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 AA6S, over.
Okay, very good. Good evening to you, and to you, Mike, if you got the aerial around here. W6QUI. Those are all 1055. So, you copy it there, Mike, over?
Ron's calling you, Mike.
Sorry, Ron, I had a word with Judy for just a second there. You're good copy up here. Not really strong, but still pretty good copy. W6QUI at Trascadero, K6MYC.
Okay, well, I moved my antenna a little bit. Seemed to help you. Of course, you're loud. Okay, I don't know if you heard that or not, but yeah, Bozo is 1055. Bill's taking my meter, and you're about S6, so conditions aren't the best tonight. W6MYC, W6QUI.
Yeah, fine, Ron. Well, you can then favor me and take whatever you get from Bill if he's pegging your meter. Give me all you can give me. Very good. Good to hear you. And it was nice to hear Eric's voice the other day, even though it was coming through your microphone. So maybe one of these days he'll get stuff up there. Is he still working on trying to get a tower up? Is that what his holdup is?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. He's trying to figure out where to put it. There's some good locations for it, but it's a long ways from the shack. So I told him, well, don't worry about that. Put it closer and just talk louder.
Yeah, and usually the better location offsets the distance, so if you have a little loss on the transmit, you make up for it with a better location, over.
Yeah, that's possibly true, but yeah, he can make up for it with an amplifier or something, so. Yeah, it gets very complicated when you have to remote things and stuff like that, so it's better to keep it simple, over.
Yeah, well, I'm running several hundred feet. Not to this antenna. I got 200 feet of feed line to this one, and it's right next to the building, but part of it's because it's 100 feet up, over.
Yeah, well, his won't be that high. It'll be, I think it's 40 or 50 feet, something like that.
Oh, that'll help. I know he's down in a hole a little bit, but I'm sure a little bit of that height will help a bit. But if he just has to go 200 or 300 feet on the ground to get to the base of the tower, that's not terrible.
226 is here. Hello, Ron.
Say again, that was a breaker?
Well, yeah, I'm checking in. 226, hi, Ron. Good to hear you, WA60IB.
Okay. Yeah, good evening. You're even louder than everybody else tonight.
Oh, maybe I'm just screaming louder.
Yeah, that must be it, or you're standing on a chair or something.
How are you, Mike?
What was the question, Ken?
Just wondering how you were.
I'm fine. Why? Did you hear I was sick?
No, I'm just being polite.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll know even more how good I am tomorrow. We're going to go see Dr. Dan in the morning.
Oh, good. And Ron, you're doing all right over there?
Oh, yeah, we're hanging in here, enjoying the somewhat stable weather, but it's not very stable. Better than it's been. 40s at night and 83s in the daytime. That's kind of weird.
That's quite a temperature spread for over there, huh?
Yeah, very much so. We usually pretty much, in the winter we have some differentials when we have clear days, but yeah, this is ridiculous.
Did you say you were in the 80s today?
Tomorrow we're going to be in the 80s. We were in the 70s, I think, today. Let's see, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it was 85, 75, and then 65, and then it jumped back up again.
Yeah, we're dropping down pretty low at night, too. We're getting into the high 40s the last couple of nights and maybe a few more. So it's been cool at night, which means it does take quite a while to warm up in the daytime. By the time 4 o'clock in the afternoon comes, you finally get your 75 or 80, but it's pretty mellow all day. They said we had 75 today, but I really wouldn't know. Didn't feel like 75 to me. Anyway, good evening to you, Ron, and thanks much. Anybody else want to say hello to Ron?
Sure. How you doing, Ron? W6QUI, KM6SRR.
Oh, yeah. Good evening, Rob. You're doing great over here, as usual.
Thank you. Yep, you're coming in good over here. And I also wanted to say hi to Ken.
Well, howdy there. Good to hear you, too.
Now, does Marcus have something up over there that he could work QUI if he got on and tried?
We haven't got that set up yet.
Okay, what's he been using on 2 meters here?
9700, but just going barefoot. He does have an amp that we got to put in, but he keeps kind of changing where he wants things located, so I'm trying to wait him out and get him to stabilize. Over.
Yeah, what's the antenna on, too?
Let's see. I think he just has a vertical right now.
Yeah, okay. So he'll start to be a mover and a shaker here before too long. Very good. Anyway, good evening to you, Ron. Thanks very much for being there. And we probably will not see you tomorrow, but we'll see you Sunday night, hopefully. And best to Eric and all over there. W6QUI, K6MYC, now heading for Santa Cruz.
WB6JNP.
Very good, Mike. Good evening. Yeah, I should be around Sunday, no problem.
Okay, 7-3 is Ron, and good evening to you, Dane, WB6JNP, 107, K6MYC. Good evening, and how are you?
I am well. All is well in course gold. Nothing new to report.
Yeah, well, we need to get you in there because, you know, the Bay Area is liable to overtake us tonight. So far, you've just got Ron and you and Rob and you and Daryl, I should say. We need Dan and a couple of others in here, over.
Okay, well, yeah, Dan, you know, does Dan things, so he shows up when he wants to.
Yes, he does. Anyway, good evening to you, and let's see, I'm not pointed towards Santa Cruz yet, but I'm heading that way. Ken, you want to give a call to Tom?
Yeah, KW6S, you there, Tom? WA60IB with the Bozo guys.
WA60IB, KW6S. Good evening, Ken. Things are going great here, and I hope things are going well down there, too.
Yeah, they're doing good. Very, very busy day today. Been up and down Meadow Lakes. Did a bunch of jobs up there. Picked up a load of grain, bags of grain for the horses, and had to fix the sprinkler, dig up a sprinkler. Not a sprinkler, but a sprinkler valve that was giving me trouble, and on and on. So it was a busy day. So hey, I took that step IR over to Larry's, so it'll be up for grabs for the 24th. I want to move that thing. It needs to get in somebody's hands that can play with it and have a good time with it, because I'll never use the thing. So anyway, it's going to be on the block on the 24th.
Okay, well, yeah, the guy that I was trying to get to buy it till he lost his nerve will be with me. Last I heard, he's coming down with me, so I'll put the bug in his ear again. I was loading up my Jeep already, and then it turns out I have to take it in for servicing, so I had to unload it, and so I get that loaded again this week. But I've got quite a stack of antennas in there and amplifiers and stuff, and hopefully we're going to all have a good time.
Well, I bet we do. You betcha. Okay, very good. Well, the 10-meter net's starting, so I will be back after a bit. So have a great week over there, and thank you, Mike. WA60ID, Northern Clovis.
7-3 for now, Ken. In case you don't get back, give our best to Gwen. Is she okay?
Yeah, she's been going under 2 hours every other day for therapy. She's got COPD they've discovered, and this and that, so she's going to try and whack it out with some therapy, but we'll see what happens.
Oh, is this something they think they can cure her from?
Well, I don't know. I don't know all the details, but she's going through this therapy to make it better. She may have to just live with it. I don't know.
Well, let's hope it improves there. All right, go and look. Go get on 10 meters. Say hi to everybody, and we'll see you when and if you get back here, Ken. Thanks. WA60IB, K6MYC clear, and over to you, Tom. KW6S, K6MYC.
K6MYC, KW6S, 610. Yeah, things are going well. I got, I think, 8 amplifiers of the old Mirage style circulated across the bench today and checked out, and remarkably they were all good. And so getting ready to load up what I'm going to bring down for the 24th, and just kind of enjoying life. Ended up at a coffee shop with a bunch of hams today and every Wednesday, and that was great.
and it seems to be a more and more popular get-together, so that's moving along in the right direction.
No, that's cool. Are you going to drag any of them along with you, except for the one that you already mentioned?
No, just the one, Don. My Jeep's going to be pretty full, and Don's kind of tall, and his seat's going to be pushed forward, so I think he'll be a little more comfortable coming home, hopefully.
Okay. Well, I mean, they could drive their own cars over there, too, you know.
Yeah, I just discovered a friend went over there last year. I haven't met him yet, but he was there last November, I guess it was. And I'm trying to encourage him to go again this coming trip. But I think he's kind of moved on now from the flea market buying stuff. But we'll see. I do have a bunch of antennas that are from one of your competitors, I think, so you'll just have to kind of look the other way.
I'll just I won't be able to see them anyway, Tom. Anyway, no problem. Yeah, we'll look forward to seeing you. I think we'll be able to make that. I don't know anything that would get in the way of our Saturday morning get-together there on the 24th, so I think we're okay for that. Anyway, let's see if Lee is in here tonight. How about it, Lee? AF6 United, AF6U, K6MYC.
KM6 SRR.
Golf, Yankee.
I hear 884. Hang on a second, Phil. And what do you want, Rob?
Yeah, I was hearing Tom pretty good, but then he started dropping out. He mentioned he had some amplifiers. Is he going to bring a 432 amp?
What amplifiers do you have? You have anything for 432 over 100 watts?
No, I've got I think I've got one, and it's the 10 watt in, 100 watts out. Although it does both of them do a little more than that, but I'm only bringing one of them, and it's an older Mirage. Well, actually, it's a newer Mirage. It's a MFJ version. I think it's a D1010.
Yeah, it would be a Delta 1010 for 432. D for Delta, C for 222, and B for 2 meters. But they have 10 watts in, 110 out is a typical 10 in, 110 out, Rob. But I don't think that'll help you, right?
Yeah, that's not very much. I've got 75 barefoot right now.
Yeah, I'm going to be driving. Well, I have two of them, and I'm going to put one of them up for sale. And I'm going to be driving it with a 5 to 10 watt radio, so it'll work out pretty good for me.
Okay. Very good. And did I hear Lee in there? Lee, were you there? AF6 United, K6MYC.
AF6 United, KW6S.
I don't hear old Lee in there, but we'll catch him later. I'll try to come back to the Bay Area. I have to listen when I come back to the Bay Area because I'm not always pointed right at you guys. But I should come back at the end of the net to Bay Area for late checks and missed. Over.
Yeah, on 2 meters here, I can be off by plus or minus about 30 degrees and still hear you pretty well.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's not where you're off, it's where I'm off.
Yeah, I know. But you got a pretty good signal, and I can hear you when you're working through the Bay Area pretty well.
Yeah, okay. Very good. Same here. Sometimes I hear you when I'm clear up to Sacramento.
Yeah, well, that's when I'm trying to sneak in on the backside.
Yeah, you did. I think you bounced off of something up there in the mountains. All right, Tom, 7-3. we'll see you tomorrow on 432, hopefully. And hopefully we'll have good conditions finally. I hope the winds die down and the weather stabilizes. Last night was really disturbed on 1296. We did work Darren with his, he had about 5 watts to the antenna and a 23 CM22 at 25 feet in Sacramento, and we had a pretty good contact with Darren up there. I was quite surprised. Over.
Yeah, I think I was listening, and then I got off trying to work Kosovo, which I managed to do. But yeah, and I won't be around tomorrow night. I've got a business social event down at the Boardwalk tomorrow night.
Okay. So we won't have your pleasure of your company. Maybe Lee will be in there to hold it together for us.
Yeah, hopefully we do need representation. And I was trying to push for a little more representation for our area here at that get-together today. I don't think it's really the crowd for that. It seems to be mostly the Chinese handheld crowd.
The Chinese handheld crowd, huh? Okay. All righty. See ya one way or the other. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you Sunday night, no doubt. KW6S, K6MYC going into the Bay Area.
Golf, Yankee.
Yeah, there he is.
And 5 MPD 1129.
Okay, 1129. We got you written down. Stand by, Brett. We'll try to come back to you. I heard WB6JNN 285. And we already have you, Phil, but you're real early, and I'm not pointed anywhere near. Are you short of time, Phil? Go ahead.
Yeah, I just need to check in so I can go back and get dinner. So, Mike, if we miss you, but I got to go give Barbara a hand with dinner. WB6GGY 73, my friend.
Okay, 73. I may be on in the morning for a few minutes, but I've got a doctor's appointment, so I won't be there for very long. 73, Phil.
I know how that is, and our whole week has been nothing but doctors. 73, WB6GGY.
73. All right, WB6JNN. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, I got to hop off and try to resolve why Kaiser thinks that my auto pay isn't being paid. They wanted it that way, they got it that way, and they're billing me for missed payments. I don't understand that place. Oh well, it's, it's an insurance company, what can I say? All right, anyway, nothing particularly new here, WB6JNN.
Jim, both Judy and I were struggling with you. I was moving the antenna back and forth trying to pick it up, but what was the deal with the insurance company, over?
Oh, Kaiser, it's on auto pay, but apparently they haven't been collecting it, or at least their accounting department doesn't know about it.
Oh, for what kind of insurance?
Well, just our regular insurance with Kaiser.
Okay. Okay, did you get that sorted out so you're covered again?
I just learned about it, and they say $258. It should have been paid every month by auto pay of the year. So their accounting department has some serious problems right now. WB6JNN.
Okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that. We had a disastrous phone morning here. I won't go into it, but it was just that was the biggest cluster, if you know what you can imagine. The local phone company had problems getting, I couldn't call anywhere outside of the local area. Every time I called outside the local area, I got a very instantaneous busy signal. I called the phone company, and they said, yeah, we're getting the same thing. We're working on it, but we don't know what's causing it. So even the local phone people at their phone office couldn't get out. So we tried to use my cell, and we couldn't find the touchstone pad. And we kept giving the number to Siri, and she would get it wrong, or if she got it right, it was giving us. One time we got a guy answer the phone and he says, "This is the emergency service for elevator repair or something." And he was, "If you're stuck in an elevator, let us know." Over.
What can I say? Hey, you know, it takes a computer to really screw it up. That's all I gotta say, Mike.
Yeah, well, we were trying to call Charles Schwab of all things.
You weren't going to go into it.
Yeah. Anyway, we were trying to call Charles Schwab. We got a notice from the what was the name of that board from California?
You're not going to go into it.
What difference? It's all right. What's the name of that board that we got a notice from?
Property.
Unclaimed property from the state of California. Unclaimed property notice that Charles Schwab owes us a couple of $100 or something. And we just couldn't get through to anybody. It was just an hour and a half worth of terrible disaster. And it was funny. It was so ridiculous it became funny after a while. All right. I'll let you go, Jim, and hopefully you'll get that Kaiser auto pay thing sorted out. I do most of my stuff auto pay also. So far I've been pretty lucky with that. Anyway, let's see. Let me shoot it over to you, Brett, to get you off of here and off to bed if you want to do so. N5NPD in Newman near Gustine, K6MYC. Go ahead.
Well, good evening, Mike and Judy. Yeah. Sometimes those phones, they can do some neat stuff for you there. Mine, every once in a while, does some strange stuff. Sometimes it's like a computer, and they always ask the IT people, "Did you restart it?" I was like, "No." Well, restart it, and everything comes back to life. Anyhow, yep, an okay day here. Hopefully it was a little bit cool up in your neck of the woods as well.
Oh, we were probably pushing towards 75. It wasn't real warm, but it was nice. It was shirt-sleeve weather, but I wasn't outside for a good part of the day because of all these phone things and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, the landline, I take it was a landline, so yeah, you never know. I don't think Pacific Bell or AT&T or anything has really done any maintenance work. They just kind of fix things when they break.
Well, I don't know if it was AT&T or who it is. The Ponderosa Telephone Company is a little company that we deal with, so we don't know who they have their service through. Whoever it was, it probably wasn't Ponderosa's fault anyway, but we don't know who else it could have been. Who?
Sunspots.
Oh, it was sunspots. Judy said it was due to the sunspots. Over.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Heck, I don't know. I haven't had a landline in so dang long. The wire's still coming to the house, and there's a phone jack in, I think, the kitchen. But, yeah, we haven't had a landline phone here in forever.
Yeah, well, we use our landline a lot. I have good, reasonable cell service here. But I've just got a new phone, and we realized I couldn't make a call on the thing. We couldn't get the keypad to come up. Finally, Frank came by and showed us how to do it, but it wasn't straightforward. And by the time we got the keypad up, everything else had collapsed. So we gave up on the first one. Anyway, let you go, Brett. Thanks much, and you go get out of here and get off to bed. I know you're an early to bedder guy, and we'll go back into the Bay Area and see who else we can hear there. N5NPD 1129 K6MYC.
Say 3, Mike and Judy, have a great evening. We'll look for you tomorrow on 70 centimeters.
Okay. Now back to the Bay Area again. What are we pointed at here, Judy?
295.
295. It seems to be where people are coming in. I'm going to leave it there for the moment. QRZ, the Bay Area, K6MYC, 2-meter Bozo Net, over.
KB6, WFC 775.
Now, you're very loud tonight, Mike. Good to hear you. We heard a little bit from you last night, but it came and went. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie 775 K6MY. Okay. Anyway, you're loud tonight, over.
Roger, Roger. 20 over here, so conditions are good. We don't have any fog, so maybe that's it.
That could be it. Who knows? Anyway, great to hear you. Anything new on your side?
No, it's just a normal Wednesday net night. But hope everything's going good for you.
Yeah, we're doing okay, except for this phone issue this morning. Blew the whole day out with that. We'll see you tomorrow night, hopefully, on 432, Mike. KB6 Whiskey, Foxtrot Charlie, K6MYC. Who else do we have in the Bay Area?
Whiskey Victor Lima.
I guessed it again.
Whiskey Victor Lima.
No, you got to give us more information than whiskey something. We're not getting enough. Over.
Kilo Delta 6 Whiskey Victor Lima. Bozo 1179. Modesto.
Oh, are you sick, John? You don't sound at all normal.
I don't know if I'm normal or not, but I'm not sick.
Okay, well, you just maybe you're off frequency a little bit. Maybe that's what it is. You're very low bassy, so you might tweak up on my signal and get me right tuned in perfectly for your ears, and that should put it closer. Anyway, good evening, John. KD6 Whiskey Victor Lima Modesto, K6MYC. Go ahead.
Well, good evening to you and Judy. Yeah, I get my check in here and go have my dinner. You guys have a good evening. KD6 WVL 73.
Okay, 7-3, enjoy your dinner. Now back to the Bay Area. Bay Area, K6MYC, Bozo Net, over.
Kilowatt, Bravo 6, Juliet Sugar 5, Bozo Net, 1169.
Okay, I think that's you, John, KB6JSM. Is it KB or KN? Kilo Bravo or Kilo November? What's he doing?
Got a little aggressive with me.
Huh?
He got a little aggressive with me.
Oh, did he? We got our stray cat in here, Abby, and he's very, very affectionate this evening, to the point of being pushy. Pushing his head up against our legs and stuff, and you never know what he's doing. Anyway, go ahead, John. Let's take a transmission and see if I can copy you there. KB6, or is it KB or KN6? I've forgotten. Juliet Sugar Mike, K6MYC, over.
Kilowatt, Bravo 6, Juliet Sugar 5, John, San Jose.
Give me more chatter. I need to have more talk from you so I can peek on you, John, over.
Roger, Roger.
I don't know if you're copying me or not, John. You're giving me such short transmissions, I can't even find you. I'm trying to find a peak on you, but I can't do it if you only talk for 3 seconds. It takes me 10 or 15 seconds to walk the antenna back and forth across you and find a peak. So you got to give me more signal. And I still haven't got the first part of the call. Is it KB or Kilo November 6 Juliet Sugar Mike? K6MYC. Try it again.
Kilowatt, Bravo 6, Juliet Sugar 5. Kilowatt, Bravo 6, Juliet Sugar 5.
I think it's Kilowatt Bravo 6. Is that right, John?
Roger, Roger. Kilowatt, Bravo 6, Juliet Sugar 5.
Okay, give us your number again now, John. Got pretty good copy on you now. Go ahead.
1192.
Oh, QSL 1192. Got it. Thank you. And it sounds pretty good. There's maybe still a little bit of distortion on the audio, but I can't really tell. I know you have to point in a different direction to even get a signal over here, and that causes some kind of multipath. And the multipath on you, even when signals are clean, is probably screwing up the signal. and that's why I was struggling a little bit this evening. But most of it was I just wasn't pointed right for you there. Anyway, good evening to you, and thank you for your patience with my poor hearing. And I always have this solar noise in your direction, too, which doesn't help me. Solar, not solar panel noise, it's the converter. Anyway, good evening to you, John, and again, thanks very much for checking in here on all the bands that you get in here. You were doing pretty good. Just get on with anything from that location there. KB6, Juliet Sugar Mike. Sorry about the call. I just had a mental blank for a while there. K6MYC.
Yeah, no problem.
73. Okay, who else do we have? Okay, I think Russ is there, but he's probably getting ready to leave for Dayton. Maybe in bed already. How about KB6BA? How about you, Oliver? How about K6 Victor Papa? How about you, Vlad? How about WB6 WNI? How about K6QFO? How down WB6 W6PQL? Where are you, Joe? Maybe he's still got no power. W6 Papa Queen London at 45 watts. I don't know whether you're hearing me or not. Why don't you try a transmission with 45 watts or 50 watts? See if I can copy you there. See if I can even find you. WB6 W6PQL K6MYC. I'm hearing nothing from Jim. Is there anybody else in the Bay Area that would like to check in? K6MYC, over. Okay, nothing heard. A little light in the Bay Area tonight. Let's go to 305 here.
306.
That's close enough. N6 Radio Oscar. N6 Radio Oakley, K6MYC, over.
K6MYC, N6RO, Bozo 835, Charlie Mike 97. Temperature range low of 48 and a high of 80. And we're going to have dinner. It's going to be lamb chops and spinach and little bitty red potatoes. And last night I sure enjoyed the tentacles and testicles and testimonials and testosterone and Tesla sucks and Tippecanoe and Tyler too. Over.
There you go. A good deal on last night's dinner. I won't even attempt to say the word testicle. I'll get it wrong for sure. Okay, very good. And I guess you haven't had dinner yet there tonight. You're running a little bit late. We had a nice dinner. It was cuisine, beef soaked in wine. What would you call that? It was, what was the kind of?
Tallow and wine and seasonings. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, really nice, made by our grandson. Put a lot of effort into it, and some nice carrots on the side tonight. Nothing green. So there you go. Anyway, good meal, good dinner. I'm full.
Good company.
Yeah, good company. My other grandson was over. His brother, Tyler, my normal grandson that lives in town here is Bo. And he has a brother by the name of Tyler. Tyler's in construction, but he's working for a company that does the big paneling on these big buildings. And right now there's a shortage of people, and some of the other contractors are not getting their jobs done in time. The glaziers are late, and so on and so forth. So he's delayed. So he had a couple of days off, so he came over here to work with Matt and see his brother and all that. So he had a nice dinner with him tonight. He'll be leaving again tomorrow. But it was nice to see Tyler. He's the youngest grandson from my son Matt. Anyway. that's the story from here, and we'll see you tomorrow night, of course, on 432, Ken. N6 Radio Oscar, N6RO, okay, 6MYC.
Yeah, very good on the dinner and your grandsons. And don't think I have anything else to report. I stayed up very late last night, stupidly, and slept most of the day. Try to set my clock, my body clock back about 6 hours tonight. So I do something useful tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow evening in 6RO.
Okay. Yeah, we got our wind back tonight. I hope that goes away. It didn't get to 80 here, so I was quite surprised. You had 80 degrees. It didn't even get, I don't even know if it made 75, but it might have at the last minute. What? Anyway, good evening to you, Ken. We'll move on over there to Sacramento direction, unless there's anybody else here in this direction. K6MYC, QRZ. Anybody else?
K6MTS, 680 in this direction.
Okay, hi 680. How are you doing tonight, Mark? You're sounding good.
As are you, sir. Hello, Judy. We're doing good, man. Had another day of just pretending to work and messing around with the shack setup, so it's all good.
Pretending to work. You practiced that your whole life, didn't you?
I was a few months from retirement. Now it looks like I'm be about 4 or 5 months, and I can honestly say that I'm not putting in the same amount of effort that I was 8, 10, 12 years ago, something like that. But yeah, we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not a train.
Doing what? What are you seeing the light at the end of the tunnel? Doing what?
I see the light at the end of the tunnel, meaning retirement. I can see it, and it's not a train getting ready to run me over.
Oh, okay.
California stuff does, but for the most part, it should all be good, Mike. We're looking forward to it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were already retired.
This year.
I was tired yesterday, and I'm retired today.
There you go. Well, you say you're retired, and you're like always working at the plant and stuff, it sounds like, and doing things. And Ken has been retired for a long time, and you guys retire, and it sounds like, and I'm probably going to be doing the same thing. You end up busier than you were when you actually had a steady gig.
Well, sure enough. There's a reason for that. Yeah. Say it again, Judy.
I said, and we enjoy working more.
Yeah. If you stop working when you retire legally from the plant, and you stop working, you die a week later.
Oh yeah, yeah. I will definitely
the Winchester Mystery House.
That retires and after a few weeks, kind of sitting around wondering what to do. I'm the opposite. You guys are probably the same. You got all the stuff that you wanted to do that didn't have time to do before, and now it's even more of a load, but it's more fun stuff.
Well, yeah, and then add the blindness to it, and half deaf. That's where I'm at. So it takes me a long time to get just a little bit done. Somebody broke in with a comment. Was that you, Ken?
No, it's W6PQL.
Oh, finally on with the amplifier. I called you, and I thought, well, maybe he's still at 45 watts. Over.
No, the wife and I were playing a video game, and so it didn't end until just now, and I couldn't get up here. But anyway, I'm here, and I see that you're already pointed at Ken, so I won't interrupt any further. K6MYC, W6PQL.
Well, we're pointed at Ken, but it sounds like I pointed at you. It's a really good signal. We must have a different path here tonight.
Yeah. No, the amplifier that I'm missing is on 222, and I'm in the process of building its replacement, but I've got them all on other bands.
So what are you using here? Some old M-squared amp or something?
No, that one got retired or something, but this is one of my 2-meter, 1.5 kilowatt ones.
Okay. Well, it's doing good. And good to hear you in here. Thanks. We really had trouble with you last night. My God, 12.96 was disastrous last night.
Yeah. It seems like the time of day that we normally connect on that band is when the band is in transition. It gets better later on at night, but that's that transition time. You know, it's a tough time.
Oh, it's funny because I could hardly hear you. I actually got less transmission from you than I got from Darren, KJ6 KFB up in West Sacramento, running 5 watts and a 23 CM22 at 25 feet that he just got going over.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I should get some dynamite and put a hole in that mountain over there.
That's what you need. Yeah, we need a hole in this hill here. You know what gets bigger when you take away from it, don't you?
Well, the hole has to be the right diameter.
Well, a hole gets bigger when you take away from it.
Oh, you lost me, Mike.
A hole gets bigger when you take away from it.
Okay.
Doesn't that make sense?
I'm going to say yes, just so I don't sound dumb.
I don't think you got it yet. Think about it. You start with a blank piece of ground and you start digging a hole, and the more you take away from the more dirt you take away from the hole, the bigger it gets. Over?
Makes a whole lot of sense.
Now I got it.
Okay. Okay. With that bright note, we'll leave you go. And we'll see you tomorrow night on 432, Jim. W6PQL, K6MYC.
73, W6PQL.
Anybody else before I turn completely towards Sacramento?
711, K6MI.
Just in time, John. Look over here and you'll see a skunk.
Oh, my goodness.
It's about 6 feet away. Is that the skunk out there? Is that what you're looking at? What are you looking at? We had one in here last night, just a baby, though. He wasn't in the room with us, but he was just 4 feet away from us. We walked out, and there he was. But he knows who we are, but he doesn't know us as well as his daddy. Bad Boy. I call his daddy Bad Boy. He grew up here, over.
Okay, well, take care. K6MI.
Okay, 7-3, yeah, John. All right, anybody else while I'm pointing in this direction toward Oakley and so on, up the valley, K6MYC? Okay, nothing heard. Let's go over toward Sacramento. That should be over toward you, Darren. KJ6KFB, K6MYC.
Kilo Juliet 6, Kilo Foxtrot Bravo 756.
And you sounded pretty good last night. You're a lot stronger tonight than normal, so I can't say that you're as strong yesterday as you were today, but it was amazing to work you with the 5 watts, huh?
Well, yeah, I thought so. Well, wonders never cease. Update, John, KR6MR isn't going to make it to the radio tonight. He's feeling a little down, but hopefully he'll be back soon. KO6KD, I do believe he's hanging out here in the wings with me and should check in direct. If not, we'll get both of them checked in tonight.
Okay. Sorry about hearing that John's under the weather, but let's see if I can hear anything from Bill there. Bill's been kind of under the weather the last couple of days, so he hasn't, well, he was on 240 meters today, but I couldn't hear him. We had the sunspots. Mark is in here, by the way. I just told Judy Mark is in here. She was out feeding the cats when you checked in, Mark. Okay. Very good, Darren. Well, it was sure a pleasure to work you on 1296. That was a real surprise because the band was so poor for everybody else. It was just terrible. And I couldn't even hear W6PQL. I mean, you were stronger than he was with his 600 watts. So.
Well, just to tell you, I must have had the right bounce down the valley.
we didn't get that. You were in a deep fade. You want to try it again?
I said, well, you just never can tell which path of bounce I'm going to get down the valley.
Yeah, but I think you have an advantage. You and Bill. Bill may have a little dirt in the way, but I think you're far enough west. You sneak around it. But it was just an amazing signal because you didn't hardly fade. You know, it was a noticeable fade, but when you have no margin, it shows up more. I mean, you couldn't tolerate more than a 3 to 6 dB fade, and I'd lose you, and I never lost you. I heard you all the time, and most of the time it was Q5, so that was really impressive for me to hear you that well. So you did a good job getting it up and getting it pointed and all. Is it up about 25 feet, and you're going to go higher?
Yeah, that's the ultimate goal, is to get it up higher. And yes, you're starting to take a pretty good fade there. Let's hope you can catch Bill before you fade right out. And he pops in and says, "Up, can't hear you."
Well, I'm pointed more for you right now, really shading to the west side of you. All right, 7-3, Darren, good deal, and we'll see you tomorrow night. I go over to Bill here, KO6KD, K6MYC. KO6KD, K6MYC. Alrighty. Let me try one more time for Bill and or on the outside chance that John climbed the stairs after the conversation earlier. KR6MR, KO6KD, K6MYC. Okay. Let's try again. I must have been off about 10 degrees from you, Bill, in case you're there. KO6KD, last try, K6MYC. Okay, nothing heard. Let's go to Reading. Let's go to Reading, Charlie November 80. Reading, kilowatt 6, KD6 Sugar Whiskey, KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC, over.
Yes, good evening, Mr. KD6 Shortwave, KD6SLVN, number 145, over.
Yeah, Roger, 145, readability 4, about readability 4 and strength 1, but we got you, Rich. It'll probably come up in a little bit here. And it was certainly good to hear you. Very nice, strong CW on Monday on 6 meters. Very nice contact there. I never missed it a bit on your 6 meter contact on Monday. So that was interesting and good to hear you. Let's see if Jerry's in there. KO6HS, Kilo Oscar 6 Hotel Sierra, K6MYC. Jerry? Yeah, we got you 230, but it's marginal. You're about the same signal strength as Rich at the moment. Pretty strange because some signals are strong tonight and some aren't. I think it's just a matter of when we catch the QSB, Jerry. Anyway, great to hear you, and thanks for always being there. It's always a pleasure to hear you guys sneaking through on that long distance from Reading there. Up and down the valley. Back to you, and then we'll listen for a final from Rich. KO6HS in Reading, K6MYC. Over. How was it hot today?
Roger. Negative on the hot. It was only about 80 degrees. Not a bad day. Very mild, very nice. KO6HS, over.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, your signal's coming up too. A little flutter, but it's a pretty good, solid copy on that one. Fine on the 80 degrees. We pushed to about 70 to 75 something today. It was supposed to get to 75, but it never felt like it. But it's supposed to get a little bit better than that, a little bit higher than that tomorrow. So, and you're right, 80 is certainly pleasant if you want to consider what's pleasant in Reading. Aye. Back to you, Rich, for the final. And we'll maybe even see you on 432. I know you surprise me every now and then. KD6SW with KO6HS and Reading K6MYC. Rich.
Okay, well, we're on a nice upswing right now, KD6SW. Well, you never know. I've been kind of giving a second thought to 1296, so I might put something up to that. But I don't know who I'm going to talk to if I can't get you down there. Anyway, 73, KD6 shortwave, ready, over.
Okay, very good. 73, and we'll look for you on 432. Whether you're there or not, I'll be pointed in your direction for quite a while. 73 Rich, 73 Jerry, K6MYC. Anybody else left up the Sacramento Valley? Over.
WA6HA, 1013.
Okay, hi again, Greg. Good to hear you. WA6HNA. I didn't realize it this morning, but I was talking to you, and I was up on 141. I didn't even tune the receiver. For some reason, the receiver was already up there, and I just heard you talking, and it sounded familiar. That's when I called in, and one of the guys popped back on frequency from somewhere else. I guess it was Mark, and he said, "Oh, by the way, Mike, you're on 141, not 137." And then we went down and picked up the other guys. Anyway, good evening to you, Greg. WA6HNA Groveland, K6MYC.
Hey, you've got it right. Very good. Yeah, WA6HNA in Groveland, and yeah, I knew you had popped up on the T-Cares frequency, but that was okay. I was enjoying having you there. Although you're louder here than you were there this morning, so it was kind of interesting. The band went very long, pretty early this morning. All right, Mike, thanks for doing that, and good luck with Nevada coming up.
Yeah, well, we'll probably work a couple up that way. Who knows? Hi. Thank you, Greg. Good evening to you. Thanks for checking in. Anybody else before I go to Nevada? K6MYC, Bozo Net, 2 meters. Okay, nothing heard. Here we go. Okay, here we are toward Nevada. November 7, Victor Alpha Zulu, N7VAZ, KD6BQ, or KE7UQL, K6MYC. Who's in there today?
Whiskey 6 Pop Echo's here.
Hi, Mike, 620, we got you. Stand by, let me catch the guys here in Nevada if there are any. We missed you last night.
KE7UQL.
Oh my goodness, you're loud. I didn't know you moved to my neighborhood, Daniel.
Yes, Roger. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu tried to check in too.
Okay, we'll put down 1193 and we'll listen for him in just a second here. What's the matter? Okay. Anyway, good signal from you, Daniel. I haven't heard Richard yet. Let me see if Richard's in here. KD6BQ, how about it?
Yeah, good evening, Mike. K6MYC, KD6BQ, number 249, over.
Yeah, good booming signal, and great to hear you. And we'll look for you, of course, tomorrow night on 432. I don't think we've worked you on 432 since you've been back, but maybe we have. I can't remember. I think last week it didn't, either we didn't hear you or something happened. Anyway, good loud signal, as always. KD6BQ, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike. Yep, I think you got me last week. We worked my CW there just barely, but you caught me. So anyway, and I think Eric is also in there. I heard him faintly off the back of the beam. Over.
Yeah, we heard him. We didn't hear him, but Daniel said he was there. And so there you go. I'll stand by now for Eric, and I'll move the antenna just a tad back that way, Eric. And let's see if we can pull you out this evening. 1193. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu in Reno, K6MYC. Over. We got you. It's about readability 3 at the moment, but we heard you in there, Eric. And got your 1193. Thanks very much for being there, as always. Appreciate your participation here. Maybe one of these days we'll get a little more signal from you. I have a feeling you're working on making the station a little bit bigger up there. Another 10 dB would be wonderful. Hi. I don't know how you're hearing me, but a lot of it depends on the terrain up that way. I know that for sure. Anyway, good evening to you, and we'll try for you tomorrow night as well, 1193 for Eric. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu for your final, Eric, K6MYC, over. Pretty chopped up on that one. I didn't get all of it. Maybe Daniel, did you hear that, Richard?
Pretty weak to me too, but I think he just said 73. Over.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, 73s again, Eric. Appreciate you, and we'll look for you tomorrow night. Go ahead, Richard. Take it, and then we'll shoot it over to Daniel for a final. I don't think we have had any word from Larry. I don't know if you made an effort to get to him or not.
Nothing yet. K6MYC, KD6BQ. I think I need to give him a call on the telephone, maybe stop over for a visit and see how he's doing. But probably sometime next week. I'll give him a call. I can give him a call tomorrow, but probably a week or so before I can get down there to visit. But hopefully he's doing all right. Over.
Yeah, well, hopefully he's not sick. Maybe he's just unable to get up there and get motivated, number one, get the antennas fixed. I think when things are all working a little bit funny, you don't have any incentive to get on. After you fix things and make things better, supposedly, that's always an incentive to get back on the air there. What's the matter? I was just moving it. Okay. Thank you, Richard. 7-3. We'll see you tomorrow night on 432. And back over to you, Daniel. KE7UQL, K6MYC.
Roger, here is KE7UQL, and Mike, is it too late to get checked in for yesterday? Over.
What about yesterday?
Well, I was there yesterday, and I was waiting patiently, and you decided to go back the other way. Over.
Well, I didn't think you had the antennas up. For some reason, I didn't realize you had the antennas up, and it was my fault. I apologize. So my error, Daniel. I keep getting confused on what antennas you have up and what you don't have up. So that was my fault for sure. But the conditions were so poor that I might have had quite a wait to hear you anyway.
Okay, no trouble. I'm just giving you the business here. I was there. It's the one antenna I left up, and I baited it through the biblical windstorm. And, well, we'll just get you next Tuesday, Roger.
Yeah, I'll be there for sure. I'll make a point of it. I'm sorry, I just got confused because you had antennas up and down and up and down. And somebody said the high winds up there probably didn't let you put your antennas back up. Along with that, that probably made me think that you weren't going to be there. Anyway, I apologize, but no worries. And we'll get you next week, that's for sure, Daniel. Nice signal tonight. Boy, you're very steady and very loud. So it's a strange path we have here sometimes. 73s, and catch you tomorrow night, of course, on no, are we going to hear you on 432 or not?
Yes, I will have 432 running, over.
Okay. Boy, you are really loud tonight. Come right in the shack with us. Judy says, hey, he's sitting too close to me here. She moved away from the radio. You were so loud, over.
Roger, roger. Okay, K6MYC, here is KD7UQL. We'll bid you 7-3, over.
Okay, 7-3 for now, Daniel. Look for you tomorrow night, 73. Okay, anybody else? I don't think Stan is in here, but I'll take a standby. Anybody else up this direction? K6MYC, Bozo Net, 2 meters. Okay, it's very quiet. Rob, I'm going to go back to the Bay Area. We missed a few.
Yeah, we got to also go to Monterey.
Yeah. It did. Okay. What does that say?
293.
293. I'm calling the Bay Area, the north part of Bay Area, and I'll go down a little bit. QRZ 2 meters, Bozo Net. Late checks are missed. K6MYC.
K6MYC, here is Whiskey Bravo 6, Whiskey November India, 1090. Is the copy any better tonight, Mike?
Oh, yeah, a lot better. Quite a nice signal. Quite a nice signal, Gary. Good to hear you. Do you have make any changes or just the band?
No, it was just the band. But then you also, as you might remember, you said your if what we call hearing aids were not working well. Remember? So, and I think so now everything's working, and the band is much better, at least on this end. You're doing about an S9 and a little bit over.
Yeah, well, I'm not peaked on you, I don't think, but I'm close. I'm a little bit to the north of you, but who knows? Anyway, yeah, the hearing aids just were giving me all kinds of fits last night, and I don't have them on tonight. I just decided it was no point to going through misery here. So I have one vintage 3 in the left ear and a vintage 2 in the right ear, and vintage 1 are in the charger. The right one died altogether this morning about midway through the morning. Apparently the stuff they did to it to make it fit better made it so difficult that it doesn't fit the charger now, and so it did not get charged up overnight. So it's one problem after another there, Gary. Anyway, great to hear you, booming signal. And, of course, we hope for a better and good conditions tomorrow night on 432 with you as well. WB6WNI, K6MYC.
Oh, I agree. 432, like a couple, maybe it was last week, you were coming in so loud, I forgot we were not on 2 meters. It was that good. It's unbelievable. So let's hope. Anyway, I know it's running late for you, so I'll let you move it along, but I will be on 432. Anyway, in the meantime, 73, Mike, K6MYC from WB6WNI.
Okay, very good, Gary. 1090. WB6WNI. Good evening now, and we'll see. Is there anyone else in the Bay Area? KB6BA, how about you, Oliver? Oliver hasn't gotten back in the groove yet there. Anybody else in the Bay Area for the Bozo Net? K6MYC before we go south to Porterville. Okay, nothing heard. Here we go, Rob.
Roger. KE6BK, Eddie, you on tonight for the 2-meter Bozo Net, KM6SRR with K6MYC, standing by. Eddie, are you on tonight for the Bozo Net?
AF6 United, AF6U, by any chance, are you in here tonight? AF6 United, how about it, Lee, K6MYC, Bozo Net? Late checks or miss? Okay, I guess Lee's off doing something else. I'm pointing down now toward Porterville. Go ahead again, Rob.
Okay, KE6BK, this KM6SR, 2-meter Bozo Net. How about old Bozo 61, KB6RQU? You on tonight, Rick? Just crickets, Mike.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Rick. You may have to resort to a phone call and jack him up again. KB6RQU, Rick, where are you? K6MYC. We're also looking for N6SWR. He didn't check in either. N6SWR, K6MYC. Nothing from Ben. Anybody in Visalia? We got 2 or 3 in Visalia. W6PYP and W6LAN or whatever it was. I can't remember the call now. K6MYC Bozo.
It was Lima Alpha Delta.
Lima Echo Delta, that's it. Who is it? Are you there?
No, it was, sorry, Mike, it was Lima Alpha Delta, but I haven't heard him for months.
Yeah, Lima Alpha Delta, that's what I thought. Okay. Yeah, I haven't heard him either. I had one other guy that checked in from the Bay Area here. No, from Madeira here. He works for the city in Madeira, and he checked in one time. We met him last November at the flea market. He came the day after I checked him in on the Bozo Net, and he's never showed up since.
Yeah, and the funny thing is he showed up on 1296 and then never showed up on the other bands.
Yeah, that was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's not the band where we pick up new people very often.
Yeah, that's for sure, particularly if we haven't heard him somewhere else. He has a 9700, so he doesn't have an excuse, except maybe he's got a young lady that is his partner, and she seemed to be interested in the same thing, but maybe they're off doing other frequencies or something.
Or other things not on the radio.
Well, that keeps you only so busy for so long.
Yep, that's correct.
You manage to keep 2 balls in the air, don't you?
Yep, and we're done with that. No more kids.
I got it. All right. Any other comments from anybody? I heard somebody make a comment in the background there. K6MYC and the Bozo Net. Just about ready to shut things off. Okay. I don't hear anybody else. Comments noted. Good night to Aaron. Thanks you, and we'll see you tomorrow night on 432. Good night to you, Rob. K6MYC closing the 2-meter Bozo Net from Delta Mike 07 in Central California here, and 2 meters is done and closed. K6MYC 73 all.
Good night, Mike. Good night, Rob. K6USY Delta Mike 06.
Good night, Mike. K6MYC, KM6SR. Good night, Aaron. K6USY, KM6SR. 73 all.
Good night, Rob. You're getting Candy back tomorrow, aren't you?
Yeah, I got to pick her up at the airport to midday. I forgot to tell you, count. I've got 32.
Uh-oh, 33 here.
Oh, boy, what did I do?
I'll have Judy read them 5 at a time, and maybe she duped something here. We'll let her read them.
Okay, Rob. First one, 1040, 982, 1009, 1079, 1100. Check.
Yep, go ahead.
800, 47, 432, 1055, 226. Check.
Yep, go ahead.
107, 610, 884, 1129, 285. Check.
Yep, go ahead.
775, 1179, 1192, 835, 1296. Check.
Yep, go ahead.
711, 756, 680, 776, 759. Check.
Yep, go ahead.
145, 230, 1013, 620, 272, 249, 1193, and 1090. End.
Okay, I'm wondering, did we ever talk to Bill 776? I thought he wasn't in there.
Darren said he checked in early and talked to him, but he wasn't feeling real well. He did check in. So did KR6MR. We didn't talk to either one of them directly, but they both checked in early. They're both under the weather. Over.
Okay, yeah, I didn't have Darren down, I didn't have Bill down there, and I didn't have John either, so that means I have one more than you.
He's recounting, we'll check.
Yeah, I've got 34 now when I add those two to mine.
I'll check you in the morning.
Okay, we'll check it in the morning.
Okay, sounds good. I guess we're just trying to emulate our government.
Yep.
All right, 73, Judy and Mike, K6MYC, KM6SR.
73, Rob. Thank you.